Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is React, introduction of React. In this overview of React, we'll be covering what is React, why do we use React, what are the key features of React, what are the prerequisites which is needed to start React development, and how famous React is in the industry. So what is industry trend of the React? So let us start with React. What is React? React is a popular front-end library. It plays major role in field of web development. Many established company and newly startup company most widely use React.js, and some of them are Airbnb, Netflix, New York Times, Instagram, and it is created for building interactive and fast user interface, web application, mobile application. Yes, for creating web, React is used. I mean website, single page application, and for mobile app, React Native is used, and it is an open source based on which is responsible only for application view layer. So earlier we were knowing the MVC. So here in that MVC area, React is only focused on the view part of that. That is view part of the MVC model, where it is part of that app look and feel, all those things. So here you can see below diagram, view, model, view and controller. So this is green part view. This is developed in React. Here are some other features you can see. Next point was why React. So why startup and enterprise love React for front-end development. These are some important points which I would like to highlight. That's why React is we use by various startup and enterprises, big large enterprises. So first one is it has virtual DOM, which we will be covering later. So mainly in rest of other JS or other JavaScript applications, they have DOM. So they have multiple branches in them, and if you, I mean root node, then child node, then grandchild node. If we making any changes in grandchild node, then all the root and parent nodes are getting rendered. So virtual DOM is something which is rendering only the node where we making the changes. So it has beauty of virtual DOM. Next point is development speed. Development speed is very important point here. You can easily develop your application UI functionality with less code, and it is reusable, so where you can create various components and reuse them, and then across the application you can reuse and improve the you can finish your work with speed. Stability, yes, this is very famous. Now community support is available, more stable, and help is available. Big large community is using, so it is stable. I would say more stable as compared to other JS library. Interactive interface, yes, it has very rich and interactive interface, responsive interface which you can develop. Okay, very complex and rich UI can be developed in easy way. Advanced performance, yes, it has advanced performance. Let's suppose it have, if you keep using the key features of virtual DOM, and you can say you can stop unnecessary rendering by using memo, use memo, and best use of hooks also. So advanced performance, I would say best performance in terms of React UI. Then other one, access to developer, easily available, open source, so easily available, and you can download the libraries. And then you can start. You can import the library basically after downloading npm. So it is very easy to access for, because it is open source for developer community. Simple to use, of course, it is simple to use. You can easily learn. All right, and then use for your application. I would say, for freshers also, for new developer community who are going to just start, they do not have previous experience, so they can also easily use it. So simple to use. Alternatives, yeah, this is kind of alternatives of various other JS, I would say. And then flexible development, of course, it is very flexible development in the sense, I would say it is similar point, but it is more flexible development. You can say easily you can develop various things, and there is no big dependency. And nowadays, in latest version of React, everything is available. You know, earlier we were using this Redux and all those things, but nowadays without Redux also you can use it. I would say it's a more flexible to start your development. SEO friendly. This is very important point. Search engine optimization friendly. So it is a search engine optimization friendly development. So that will help you to integrate some search on your application. So it is search engine optimization friendly. So that is all about. These are the key features. That's the reason most of industry and most of startup company, they are using the React.js. It covers web development plus mobile development, including some of these key features. There are many more also, but I covered some of them. The next one is who are using the React. These are the brand which are using the React. Facebook, who is a founder, Airbnb, that's a famous brand which are using the this React for their UI, for their booking, and their various other interfaces. Dropbox is again a big brand. They are using the React for their UI. Instagram, you know. Netflix, you already know. So they are using the React. PayPal is again very big brand across the UK, US, and India also. They are using React for their UI applications. Next one is top three competitor for React.js. One is where React.js is on number one, and second number is Angular, and third number is Vue.js. So these are the top three competitors which I highlighted for React.js. The next one is industry trend. You can say React was started and for public use in 2013, and you can see this blue line of the React, which is rapidly growing, and at most of places, most of company are using. So as compared to Angular and Vue.js, React is a winner, and it is now famous, and most of places industry are using React. So you can see this graph blue is growing straightly. So I started in 2013 for public use and rapidly growing, and in 2022 you can see it is the winner. So this is one of the industry trend where I compare some other, and you can see React is the winner. And then next one is what are the prerequisites? So these are some of the prerequisites: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you have some basic knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, then it is very easy for you to learn. Else, if you don't have, then you can learn them with the while working with the React. So who are already worked in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, for them it is very easy. What if you are starting from beginning, you have no idea of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, then also okay. Now coming to the key features. So here are some key features which I highlighted of React. Number one is JSX. Number two is component. It is component based architecture. One way rendering, one way data binding basically. So that is a very important feature. Virtual DOM is a fourth number. Simplicity, fifth, and sixth is performance. Few of them, these are the few features. There are so many more. So let us move to next one by one about these features. So here, this one is JSX. A JSX is, um, you know, combination of JS plus HTML. Here below you can say JavaScript. When you're writing something, const simple equal to, this is JavaScript, and rest of other area which we added into the tag, header tag, hello world. That is including tag is HTML, and semicolon itself is JavaScript. So but should note that usage of semicolon is not mandatory, but it is part of best practices. So we use it. So this is all about JSX. Uh, we use the JSX in React, right? So JSX is the combination of JS and HTML. Okay. Now coming to next feature, component. Component is key feature of React. It is single page application where we can have multiple component. One page um, would work across the application, but on that you can have multiple component. Here in that is this slide, you can see one first one header, you can have one, two, and you can say two is left navigation side, you can put something, and then on three you have kind of another component, and fourth and five. So whenever you need some other component, then you can have header, footer, left navigation, right navigation, and in between you can have container component, and whenever you need something else, then you keep um, populating, displaying those components. However, this page would be common, and component will come and display and destroy and display and destroy. That is the basically um, you know way of single page application works. So React is having multi-component support, reusable component you can create. And third one is one-way data binding. You can say root module, root and then child, root and then parent and child, or further you can go for grandchild. So React work from top to bottom. I mean parent to child, child to grandchild. So that is data flow, you can say, which we use as a best practices top to bottom in React. So that is all about one-way data binding. And fourth one is virtual DOM. Yes, you can see right side is DOM, left side is virtual DOM. So a DOM, what it was doing, let's suppose at the last node I'm making some changes, then it will first root module, root node is rendering, then child, and then grandchild on third level. But here in virtual DOM, let's suppose it's highlighted in red, anything you're making on the red area, then that area will be render only. So that is the beauty of virtual DOM. So I mean, no need to render. So that's why it is performance, improving the performance, and you can say better in terms of responses. that is all about the virtual DOM of React. And then fifth one is simplicity. React JS is a component based, which makes the code reusable, and React JS uses the JSX, which is combination of HTML JavaScript. This is makes code easy and to understand and easy to debug as less code. So first one, simplicity. You can reuse the component for everything. You create a component. Let's suppose I have some drop down or text box or button. You create the control component as a reusable component and reuse that 50 or 100 places I need drop down. I would use that simple component, single component across the applications. So that's why reusability. It's a one example. There are so many. You can use for data grid. You can use for header. You can use for navbar. You can use for tab, and so many. So reusable component is the beauty of React. Also, it's a combination JSX and JavaScript. So I mean, you with the help of reusability, you need to write very less code. So this is simplicity is key part of this React. And then performance, of course, as we discussed that it is virtual DOM and update only modified part. Let's suppose you have big hierarchy, root node, parent, child, grandchild, and then further tree structure. Now virtual DOM is on one cell. If you're making any changes, then that cell will only render. So modified part would be render. So that's the beauty. That's why it is performance is high and DOM executed memory. So we can create a separate component which make the DOM run faster. So that's the beauty of it is highly performance. I mean, it is best in performance. Okay, and then here is you can say last one is history behind the React. So when React was started in 2011, um, and then Jordan Buck started at Facebook. Is one of the software engineer Jordan who started the React. Uh, and it just started by Facebook. Yes, of course, he was working on Facebook. And in year 2011, in year 2012, Instagram built their website using React. And year 2013, React is made open source, which is available for everyone for public to use. And then year 2014, you know, React.js World Tour conference started, and in 15 Netflix and Airbnb started using React in year 2015, and 16 React error code system was introduced, and 17 they released the major portion of React 16.0 was released in year 2017, and 18 React 16.3 was released, and they introduced various key features include which was supporting ES6 also. And then year 2019 they released the major version of 16.8 with including React hooks. That is very important. React hooks was introduced. And then year 2020 React 17.0 was released, and 21 year 21 they released the 7.0.0, which was not major released, and then 22 they released again major version 18.2.0 year 2022, and year 2023 it was Spectrum in area component, which is beta version, was released. So this is all about the history of React, how it was started, when it was available for who is founder. So founder is Facebook, and it was developed by Jordan. Okay, so that is all about this. Thank you very much for watching this. See you in next video. So we'll be covering